literally thought about quitting college on the first day of class. Like, no joke. I almost bursted into tears. It was this bad. It was honestly horrible. Hey everyone, my name is Hope. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm an international student studying in Seoul, South Korea at Ihwa Women's University. I'm now entering my third year of college, which is crazy to think about because those 2 years flew by without me even noticing, and I film a lot of informational videos on my YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, and I also film a lot of vlogs, so please subscribe if you want to see my journey about studying in Korea. And basically in this video I want to give you some advice on things I wish I could have done differently as a freshman student. Treat this video as your sunbae, as your mentor, guiding you through the most turbulent year of your university life, and I hope you find all my tips useful. So without further ado, let's get started. Tip number one is I want you guys to get an official mentor. And what I mean by that is that usually at universities they have official programs that will assign you a mentor in your college. So at Ihwa, I know that we have mentoring programs called Ihwa Mate. I think this is the most popular ones. And we also have another one which is EASIS or like ESS. And basically all the freshman students, not even freshman students, I think you can get a mentor even in your sophomore year or in your junior year. I want you guys to apply for this program because what it will do is it will assign you a student, usually from your department, usually a person who also speaks the same language as you, not necessarily Korean or English, and they will meet with you throughout the semester to help guide you through your first year of university life. They will help you with course registration, they will help you find hidden spots on our campus. Basically, they will really give you some tips and advice that a senior knows but a freshman doesn't know yet. And I wish I could have applied for that. I honestly wish I could have applied for that because I heard about that during the orientation, but I thought at the time, oh, I don't think I need that. I think I will be fine. I was also an older student. I started at 23 or 24. So I was like, I did my research. I read all the pamphlets and I listened to the orientation. So I was like, I got it. Like, I don't really have any questions. I feel like I have it figured out. I did not have it figured out. Well, obviously, like on the grand scheme of things, I did okay, and I knew all the administrative things, but I think I could have done really well with meeting up with a senior student and getting some inside advice that only a student knows about course registration, about which courses to take, which courses to not take, which professors to take, which professors to avoid. So I genuinely wish that I could have done that because they will help you a lot. They will really help you a lot, and I think such programs exist across other universities, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, at Ihwa we have those types of programs, and I encourage students, especially if you're an international student, because Korean students, they kind of naturally do have this like mentor-mentee type of relationship, but international students need more help than Korean students, in my opinion, to settle into their life in Korea. So I encourage you to apply for such programs. And yeah, I wish I could have done that too. Tip number two would be to not rely on your academic advisor. Now, I don't know how it is in your country, I don't know how it is in our universities, but at Ihwa, academic advisor is not like a person who sits in the office and only acts as an academic advisor for students. No. At Ihwa, academic advisors are your professors from your department. So basically, you will get a professor assigned to you from your department as your academic advisor, which is honestly crazy to me because professors here already have enough stuff to do besides teaching, and they also need to act as academic advisors. Is kind of crazy. And I think you get assigned a new professor each semester or each year. I think it differs from each semester. And honestly, I feel like this program is kind of useless because usually students have a lot of questions about some administrative stuff side of things, like how to register for classes, which classes I need to take, which route do I have to go. And usually professors are not really good at knowing those types of things because professors don't register for courses. Professors don't know your specific curriculum. Like, I don't want you to just rely on your academic advisor because they might steer you wrong and you might have some issues down the line. So I would genuinely, again, this goes back to my tip number one, is to get an Ihwa mentor instead of relying on your academic advisor. Because, okay, this is like a side thing, but I have this story that in my freshman year, or maybe I was in my sophomore year at the time, But I think I was either in my second semester or in my third semester, I got this notification that our department was doing this Meet the Professor event. So basically, you register, you come and you meet the professors from your department, and you can ask them questions and you can interact with them and you can network, whatever. I thought it would be a great opportunity to go and meet my professors, because I took some of the classes, but I didn't meet all the professors from our department, which granted, we don't have a lot of them. But, yeah, I registered. I think it was free. I'm pretty sure it was free. And they also gave us lunch for that too. They gave us really good sandwiches and some drinks. So I registered and I went, and when I say that the expectation did not meet the reality, that was like an understatement. Not a lot of students in that meeting. I think there was I would say 15 students, if my memory serves me correctly, but around 15 students, which is not a lot. So we all kind of sat in the classroom. Only 2 professors came, which is crazy to think about, because I thought that we will meet all the professors and it would be like an event type of thing for our department, but only 2 professors came. And one of the professors I already knew because I took her classes before. The other professor I didn't know yet. And basically we sat in like a U-shaped thing with 2 professors like in the front, and they kind of told us, if you have any questions, ask the professors, right? That was like a thing, that was like the event. So a lot of freshman students had a lot of admin type questions. A lot of senior students had questions about the graduation thesis. And when I say to you that event was underwhelming, I also asked a couple of questions, and a lot of freshman students, when they ask questions about the administrative side of things, about which courses to take and what about this and what about that, professor didn't know anything. Like basically all the questions that we had, professors had no answers to, because they genuinely don't know. And why? Like, if you think about it, oh wait, there's something in my eye. Okay, it's done. If you think about it, why would the professor know certain things that students have concerns over? Which I don't know how it is in other universities or in other countries, but yeah, here professors are not really involved in student lives. Any questions that we had, they didn't really have the answers to. Questions that I asked the professor, or if others asked the professor was like, I don't really know. But the senior and junior students had the answers to our questions, and they actually helped us a lot. The answers and the information that I gathered from my seniors and my juniors helped me so much, and they actually gave me such a valuable piece of information that I wouldn't be able to find on official website. You know what I mean? I left that meeting feeling very strange, and I realized that going to your academic advisor or going to your professor about some type of questions that are not pertinent to the class that they're teaching is useless. In my opinion. And I want you to always get an official mentor. The reason why I'm saying an official mentor is because going to a senior student and just asking for help is also fine, but I want you guys to understand that students are very busy, and I feel like nobody is as busy as college students, and especially senior students, because they have to prepare for graduation. And usually students don't really have time to mentor somebody unless they're actually like willing to do it on an official capacity. So yeah, always do it in an official way. I think that will be better for both parties. But yeah, and I never really interacted with my academic advisors, the ones that I got assigned to, but I have a couple of friends who emailed their academic advisor and they received no reply, or if they met with their academic advisor and they also received no help from them. So yeah, academic advisors, specifically in our department, I guess, maybe in other departments at IHWA it's a bit different, but in our department. Okay. Tip number 3 is I want you guys to be very careful in structuring your course schedule each semester, but specifically during your freshman year. So I know that navigating the credit system and navigating your curriculum and which courses you have to take is a bit burdensome. I think I want you guys not take too many credits, but also not take too little credits, because I've had friends who only take 4 classes per semester, and I think that is very low. If you want to graduate on time, if you don't want to take any extra semesters that you don't need to, you should not take 4 classes per semester. 5 is a minimum, okay? 5 classes, which is 15 credits, is a minimum. But I also don't want you guys to take 7 classes, which is like 21 credits, because you will struggle a lot. You will struggle a lot because that's a lot of classes. So the golden baseline is 5 to 6 classes, so 15 to 18 credits. And I want you to be very smart about which classes are you taking. And I know that sometimes you don't really have a choice because the course registration is brutal, but I want you to pair hard classes with relatively easy ones. So usually always take like 2 or 3 major classes, the ones that you actually need for your major, and then take others who are maybe your minor, your double major, or your elective class, which will be a little bit easier workload on you. So you could have all your concentration on your major classes to pass them well, and also will have some easy credits to get on the side. That's my advice. If you need like a more in-depth video about how to figure out your curriculum, let me know, and I might film that, because also the course registration is coming up for the 2026 fall semester, and I know a lot of freshman students really dread course registration because figuring out is just too much, and I get that. I feel like only now in my 3rd year I mastered the course registration, but if you need a more in-depth video, let me know and I film it for you. Now, tip number 4 is I don't want you to expect to make really good and close friends in your freshman year of college. I know that there's this expectation to have friends in college because it's a place where there's so many people your age, and there's so many people from other countries, from other cultures, and it's basically the perfect place to meet as many people as possible. But I don't know what happened, but making friends in college is really hard. And I didn't thought that it would be hard for me, but I had some really strange encounters with people in college, especially during my freshman year. I had some questionable friends, and I don't think I had any close friendships in my freshman year of college, so it did felt quite lonely at times, or like all the time. I think it's better now because I made some really great friends in both in my department and other departments. It definitely takes time to make good friends, and if it didn't happen to you in freshman year, I want you to know that it's okay, because it didn't happen for me too. And I'm the type of person who makes friends generally. It's very easy for me to make good friends. I switched schools a lot of the time, and in any city, in any country, I always had really good friends in school, so I thought that I was always really good at that, but college proved me wrong. Yeah, I don't know, there's something about the psychology of college students that somehow makes it harder to make friends. But anyway, yeah, don't expect that you will form great friendships straight away, because you may not, you may will, but always make effort to meet new people and make friends, and eventually it will pay off, and eventually you will find really great friendships. So this is my advice. Tip number 5 is I want you to know that it's okay to feel like very turbulent emotions in your freshman year of college, because I can guarantee you that you will feel a lot of emotions. You would feel excitement for being in a foreign country and for experiencing so many new things. But I also want you to know that it's okay to feel homesick. It's okay to feel lonely, and it's okay to also feel doubtful. There's so many people who, even if maybe there's a situation where you didn't like your home country and you came to Korea or any other foreign country to study at university, and you feel like, oh, I finally escaped, I'm finally pursuing my dreams, why do I feel homesick? It's completely fine to feel homesick, because it's just human nature. And I felt a lot of homesickness, and I know a lot of international students do. Freshman year is really brutal when it comes to that. I do want you to know that it gets better because you get used to your new environment. And the time will come where you would feel homesick towards your university in Korea. So I want you to know that it's okay. It's okay to feel doubtful if you made the right choice to come study here. It's okay to feel like you want to quit. It's okay if you want to consider other options. It's all completely fine, and I can guarantee you that most freshman students experience those types of emotions in their freshman year. So it's completely normal. I've experienced it too, and a million of others experience it as well. And finally, tip number 6, I'm stealing it from one of my professors who told us that during our freshman semester, is don't forget to have fun. Being a college student is very stressful. Being an international college student is 100 times more stressful, and I'm not talking about exchange students, I'm talking about full-time students, because I know that you would feel a lot of pressure, especially maybe if you're on a scholarship, if you have a difficult financial situations. I know that there's a lot of pressure to do well and to get good grades and to maintain a high GPA to get that scholarship. I know that it's very, very stressful, and maybe you feel a lot of pressure from your parents, a lot of expectations from your parents, or maybe expectations that you even put on yourself. I know that all too well, and I know that during your first semester you don't really know the structure yet, you don't know the grading of your professor, so I know that it's very stressful. And I know that it's important to study all the time, but I want you to guys also have a lot of fun, because that the stress that you feel, you need to let it out once in a while. You can't just like feel all those turbulent emotions and just ignore them. You need to go and have fun. You need to, I don't know, go to karaoke and sing your heart out, because that's what I did during my first semester, because I didn't really had a lot of friends to go out and have fun. I went to like solo karaoke, because that's the only place that is relatively cheap and you can listen to your favorite music and you can sing your heart out without noise complaints, and that's a very good, and you can dance as well. That's a very good way of burn this like stress that you accumulated. So if you have friends, please go with your friends and go have fun once in a while, because it's just so important to have fun. I think though those are the 6 things that I wish I could have done differently during my freshman year of college. I hope that this video was helpful for you. If you wanna learn more tips and advice that I have for international students coming to study in Korea, check out my playlist about informational videos about uni life. I hope you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!